Welcome back to Combat Sports Weekly. Time for the roundtable. Guys, it's been a couple of weeks since we were last here. Remember how this is done?
Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
All right, let's get it started. Roundtable. Joining us now, we welcome back Ed Nunez, 6'10", the sports animal. When can people catch you on the station, Ed?
On the mic with Mike Adams, Saturdays, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m.
Yeah, screen right, also from 6:10 a.m. Welcome back, James.
Thank you.
Linda Muth, 6:10 a.m.
That's me. Yeah, and you can catch my MMA and boxing segment every Thursday at 5:15, and make sure to tune in to On the Mic with Mike Adams. Great show. Ed and Mike do a great job.
Yeah, to round out the panel, Micah Frankel, CageMinds.com. Where else are you at?
RedMenace.tv, find the DC Life Uncensored on SoundCloud, a lot of places.
Yeah, doing a great job keeping up with the local scene here
Congrats,
in the
by the way.
Albuquerque in the area. Yeah, congrats. You just recently got married. Yeah. Congratulations. So, guys, let's get it started right away. We were in here the last couple of weeks, so I got to get your guys' reaction from the Miesha Tate defeat of Holly Holm. James, I'll start with you, man.
You know, I went into that fight trying my best to be objective, and it's just impossible when it comes to Holly. You know, she's such a hometown girl and somebody that we get behind so much. I mean, honestly, I was devastated. You know, if you'd have told me that Miesha was going to win the fight, I'd have said, yeah, that could happen. That's not out of the realm of possibility. If you told me before the fight that Miesha was going to win the fight because Holly was going to deviate from the plan and lose focus, I'd have told you you're nuts. And that's what happened. And, you know, she admitted it after the fight. She said she made a mistake, and it cost her the fight.
Micah, we had Tate just continuously grind, trying to find that edge, being very, very cautious. What did you think the entire fight? Did you think she would be able to pull that off at the very end?
Holly beat her for 3 rounds in 3 minutes. It was easy to say Holly was going to win a decision.
Right.
If Miesha falls off the back, it's end still. Was it shocking? Watching it play out, Holly needed to work on her back defense. She's doing it now. Miesha threw a Hail Mary, threw everything into that takedown. If she doesn't get it, it's over. Great triumphant victory, but let's not make it sound like Miesha, as the world champion, looks like this world beater now. She's still a one-dimensional wrestler. She threw a Hail Mary, got a great choke. Right now, it looks like a very even division. This gave parity to the women's division.
Yeah.
That's what we have more than anything.
But that's just it. You mentioned grind and grind and grind, and that's what Miesha Tate did. Look, I wanted Holly. I had Holly. You know, we talked about it at length on the mic with Mike Adams, and I didn't see a way that Miesha could win. I really didn't. I thought Holly had more tools in the bag. And I got to give it to Miesha, you know, and Micah and James are both right. Holly had that in the bag. It was hers to win, and Miesha did what Miesha does. I mean, but one thing, credit Holly. After the fight, I'm back in the gym. That won't happen again. I'm going to learn from it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think we're all devastated. I mean, I hate when Albuquerque people lose.
Well, but seeing Holly when she was virtually unconscious and still throwing punches, like little baby punches from her
didn't
back.
Tap out. Didn't tap out. So, you know, I think I'm not totally shocked. Miesha, you know, is a world-class fighter, man. Things that are in UFC are unpredictable, like we saw with Diaz McGregor. You can't predict it. You really can't.
Yeah, you definitely can't predict it. And I guess I'll ask each one of you, I guess one-word response: who does Tate fight next if it's not Ronda Rousey?
Tate, if it's not... They already said it's going to be Ronda Rousey. If it's not for some miracle, it would be Holly Holm or possibly Amanda Nunes.
I like Holly at UFC 200 if they can, because there's been rumors that that's something that they're trying to work out. I think that's a great idea.
Ed?
I think Holly Holm makes the most sense to me.
It definitely does, and hope so. We can see that. That'd be a heck of a pay-per-view and a rematch. We move on to the very next topic. Austin Trout, a guy who's been out of the headlines for a while. It's now rumored that he's either fighting Liam Smith for a world title or Jamal Charlo. Ed, what do you think of this matchup? I think the Jamal Charlo is the more dangerous one than the Liam Smith one.
He most definitely is, and Trout has shown some success. You know, being his chin is kind of weak. You know, and he had some problems against Lara and Alvarez. Charlo can put him out quick. I like Liam Smith for the easiest path of resistance to a title. He's willing to go to England to go fight Smith. He said that. The other thing he said that was kind of interesting to me, he called out Triple G, said, look, you know, if Triple G doesn't, you know, in other words, he said Triple G's having people being put in front of him, things are being made easy for him. He offered to fight Triple G, which, believe me, he wants no part of that right now. But, you know, so I think for Austin Trout, the path of least resistance is Liam Smith.
You brought the fact that Liam Smith, obviously, he'd have to fly out to England. So there's pros and cons to both. Jamal Charlo, the better, the stronger fighter. Liam Smith, he'd have to fight him in England to where he might have the judges against him. We'll see, what that takes place. So I think the Liam Smith has its pros and cons. Both of the fights do. The Jamal Charlo is definitely the more challenging one. James?
Yeah, I think if you look at the two fighters on paper, Charlo is definitely, a bigger puncher. And he's also fighting at an extremely high level right now. The guy's been on just an absolute tear. I would prefer the Charlo fight for a couple of reasons for Austin, and I think you're absolutely right. He doesn't. It's easy to say you want a piece of Triple G. It's another thing to actually do it.
Oh, yeah.
But the Charlo fight. So say he takes the Liam Smith fight and goes out and wins. Then people look at him like, hey, you were ducking Charlo. You ducked this guy. So it's almost a hollow victory, even though it is a title. But you look at the guy. Like if you want to be the best, go beat the best.
Yeah.
And so I like the Charlo fight.
It's a world title fight either way, I guess, no matter who he picks, Micah. What do you think?
Charlo, that's the one who I know of. Sounds like a big fight. That's something I'd want to watch. That actually sounds interesting to me as a novice because I've heard of the streak and seen Charlo on PBC.
If it'll make Micah tune in.
I'm like, that's the one I want. I don't know who Liam Smith is. No disrespect.
No
disrespect anyway.
And this would be on the undercard to Victor Ortiz, Andre Berto, which is a very good fight, but that was a few years ago. And it's going to be on Fox.
That's the third time they've done, right?
Yeah, so on Fox. So for Trout, I think if he wants to just get put back in the limelight, a big fight on Fox is ultimately the better move. If he wants to win the world title, then I think the Liam Smith is the way that he should probably go in that one. We move on to the last and final topic. We got a UFC event here this weekend. Hunt versus Mir. Your predictions. We'll start with you first, Micah.
I like this fight. This is hard looking at this. I'm like, really? Is this happening? This is awesome, right? Something we thought of. Two world-class fighters. And I mean, this is ultra dangerous for both guys. Mir now has this boxing-centric stand-up style. That's not going to get it done against Mark Hunt. You're not Stipe Miocic or Verdum. You're not as fast. It's a dangerous game to play with Hunt. If it somehow gets to the ground, it's the same way. But Hunt's been improving. So I give him the slight advantage that I think he's going to win it. He's shown an ability to get back to his feet of recent years and stay out of submissions that he didn't have at one time, and he's lost, but it's been on the feet, and I don't know if Mir has enough to take him out on the feet, so I'm taking Hunt. Like third round TKO.
He think he summarized a lot. We got 45 seconds, split between both of you. So James, what do you think?
I've got Frank Mir. I think that at this stage in his career, he knows that he doesn't want to take damage, and I don't think that he goes out there and boxes. I think he takes to the ground. People forget Frank Mir at heavyweight is probably the best grappler we've ever seen.
Right.
And with that point there, I agree with that. Hunt has gotten better with grappling, but just because of Frankie Mir and the submission, I'll take Frankie Mir.
I think I went with the underdog at the top of the show. I'm having conflicts in my brain right now, but I think I'm going to stick with Mir, what I said at the top of the hour.
You.
So that'll do it. We'll, line you guys up for each one of your guys' picks. But that'll do it for this week, guys. Make sure let's try to make this consistent. Come back next week, guys.
Let's do
How
this.
does it sound?
All right.
A lot of fun.
We'll see you guys next week.